I believe that over the past years that I've worked in Akwa Ibom State, you have played a critical role in support of the government, in support of the ministry. And I believe that as partners in the development of the state, that it was important for me to sit down with you and thank you for the cooperation, for the support that you gave to me as a commissioner, and also gave to the government of Akwa Ibom State under His Excellency Emmanuel. I want to say that indeed you played a critical role in what has happened in the state, because government activities needs to be made known to the citizens of the state, and it's through you people that the many things His Excellency Emmanuel has done in the state in the last 4 years was made known to our Akwa Ibom people, which ensured the victory of His Excellency, because his performance in the last 4 years is what was responsible for his victory in the election. The Akwa Ibom people say he should continue with the good work that he's doing. How did they know it? It destroyed your work. So I want to thank all of you for your support and everything that you need, we did in support of the government. And I believe that when you work with people, these two words, thank you, means a lot. And that is why I called you people here this evening to say thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the Emmanuel. And that through your hard work as a governor till 2023, your support is also needed to ensure that all the good programs that the government will be embarking upon will be made known to our private sector. What makes the difference in the society that you have seen development and those ones that there is no development is the leadership. It is not the human capital nor the material resources. You need the right leadership to harness these resources in order to achieve growth and development. We are lucky in this state today to have a governor in the mode of Governor Emmanuel, who has shown the right leadership that we need in this state. And this has been responsible for the level of development that we witnessed since he came into office. Yes, just like I've said, people believe that we could not have that kind of building in the state. But I'm happy to tell you that as we speak today, the 21-story building, the intelligence building, the concrete work has been completed, and we're expecting the facade and other components to get that project completed on schedule. And I believe it is part of the infrastructural development in our state that will bring in investors, that will bring in a lot of people to the state, so that the economic life of our people could be positively influenced. I want to state clearly that His Excellency the Governor has provided enormous resources to ensure that 4-point by Sheraton is operational. But you know that sometime in the life of this administration, when there was a change in the ownership of the Starwood Group. The Starwood Group was acquired by the Marriott Group. And you know, when there are issues of mergers and acquisition, there are a lot of things that is done to ensure integration. A lot of bookkeeping and housekeeping work is involved. That is what delayed the opening of that hotel. And you know, a new operator comes with its own set of standards that you must meet. And I'm happy to tell you today that His Excellency the Governor has done everything to ensure that the standard that is required by Marriott Group for that hotel to be functional has been met. Today, if you go to the hotel, you have an access road, you have the car park properly done, and you have everything, because I like to state here, before now, the system in terms of, the American companies don't play with issues of safety. And when they came for their inspection, there are a lot of things that we were supposed to do. And I'm happy that today we've done those things. And as I speak to you now, they are on inspection. And from what they have, the observation they have made, they are quite happy with what has been done. And that I'm very certain in the next couple of months that place will be running. And it will serve the purpose for which it was intended. There is no project that we want to do in our state that we will not have people criticizing. But when once you know what is right, go on and do it. Because if you want to listen to negative criticism, you'll be derailed. The Lagos project is a good project for our state. And I'm happy to tell you it's being completed. Just like many other projects, I'm sure even the 21-story building that I mentioned, there has been a lot of criticism. The latest one is the Gome. People are criticizing it, but they are flying. So there is nothing, even when up Gonvic started the airport, people say we didn't need an airport. So when it concerns Akwa Ibom State, if you have a good leader in the mode of the governor who knows what is good for the state, keep on doing what is good. There are criticism, but I'm quite sure the people that are criticizing is not up to 5%. If 95% of the people say what they are doing is right, you go on and do it. So I'm here to tell you that the government of His Excellency Okon Emmanuel is very passionate about developing the state and is very focused. And that is why you have seen the level of achievement he has achieved in the last couple of years. So I think this government is worthy of your support. You did it before, and I'm quite sure in His Excellency's second term that you will continue to support it. When we have the right leadership in place, you get a lot of things that people believe impossible going. And I'm happy for Akwa Ibom State to have a governor in the mode of His Excellency Emmanuel. He has brought to bear his experiences in the private sector in the administration of the state. You know, a lot of people have said so much about this airline. I believe that just like I said sometime last week, I think it was Thursday last week, when I was called on radio, that people are talking about, I think so many things in the social media about the airline, that it's a scam, it's not going to work. I knew we have passed all the processes and that we were just expecting the signature of the DG of NCA for us to obtain our air operator certificate. And what I said was that once the airlines start flying, I'm sure those people that have been writing all manners of things, they will swallow their words. And I'm sure today, I don't think any of those people will be able to say anything because the airline is working, and Akwa Ibom people, even Nigerian, the traveling public is very happy with the performance so far, and this standard, I believe, the airline is going to maintain, and that it has come to stay for the good of Akwa Ibom and the traveling public. And mind you, I've observed that even those people who criticize the most, that among the first few people that are flying, and coming down with the testimonial that, oh, I have never entered this kind of flight locally before. It's a good thing, but I want to advise people that once people shouldn't, after election comes governance. Election has been completed. Governor Emmanuel is the governor of Akwa Ibom State till 2023. I believe every peace-loving Akwa Ibom person should join hands to see how this state could be developed. Because development is not a destination, it's a process. Every day there are new additions, there are new things to be done. The governor doesn't require any distraction. He should be left to focus on the development of the state. And when he does things good, people should say it is good. Not every time, whatever is done, even when people outside the state are commending it, you will have our people still writing what they don't even know. But I want to thank all of you people for the defense and the support that you always give when such issues arise. What I want to say is that in the world, the airline industry is a major employer of labor, and is a major catalyst to the development of any society. That the economic values of the domain is enormous. Number one is that in terms of employment, it's going to give a lot of employment opportunities to our people, and it will afford people the opportunity to put food on the table for their families. And two, in terms of ease of doing business, before Ibom started flying, if you're a businessman or a government official that lives here, if you have a meeting in Lagos or Abuja, for example, 12 o'clock the following day, it therefore means you have to leave a day earlier, because given the flight schedule that was available, the earliest time you could leave here is about 1:30 or sometimes 4 o'clock. And for a 1 day's meeting, you have to spend 3 days outside the state, and you will spend money on hotel accommodation. This will affect the overhead of businessmen and also reduce their profitability. But given the schedule that this airline offers, people are able to go to Abuja in the morning, say by 8 o'clock, do their business in Abuja throughout the day, and by 6 p.m. they board the flight and come back. The same thing is applicable to Lagos route. I think the issue of the economic value of this airline, they are there for itself for people to see. But you know that I keep on saying, life and whatever we become is a question of the choices that we make. While some people choose to support the government, others will choose to criticize it. That's life. You can't expect everyone to be on the same path. That's individual differences. Just like not everybody will go to heaven. Hell will not be empty, and I can assure you, heaven will not be empty. It's a question of the choices that we make. So I believe that the issue of viability, given the business plan and the business model and the way that the airline is to be run professionally, I think the economic part, over time, people will get to see what we are talking about. Governor Emmanuel, first of all, is God-fearing. He has the fear of God, and he is someone that pays attention to details. And he does not like having excuses. He expects results in things that are supposed to be carried out. He is very, very passionate about developing business. He loves our Bible state. He loves our Bible people. And I think we are very lucky to have him as our governor. And what I've said, you can judge for yourself. In the last 4 years that he has been here, the level of peace that we have experienced in this state, it has never been like this before. And the kind of projects that he has embarked upon are projects that touches the lives of our people. Take, for example, he anchored his campaign on industrialization. Today, you are all witnesses to the fact that we have over 15 industries that are operating in this state, giving employment opportunities to our people, to our young men and women, because the government believes that young people should not take for living, that they should be provided opportunities to work and earn a living. And the availability of this industry in the state has also offered our children in the tertiary institution who before now who want to go to Lagos or Port Harcourt or Abuja for their industrial attachment, because we do not have any such organization yet. And now, with the industries in the state, they are given that opportunity. So, in summary, I think Governor Emmanuel is a gift from God to this day at this particular point in time. I want to say that commendation should be given to His Excellency Governor Emmanuel for what he has done in ensuring that the Gombe Seaport comes alive. Upon assumption of office in 2015, knowing fully well what could happen if such businesses left under the bureaucracy of government, His Excellency put in place a technical committee for the realization of the deep sea port. This committee, headed by Mrs. Ifonusoro, has members who are very experienced in the maritime sector. And I want to say that with the support of His Excellency, this committee has worked so hard that as we speak now, a preferred bidder has emerged for the construction of that deep sea port. And the committee, because it was made up of experienced hands, the committee was not just looking at someone who would just come and construct the port, but they were interested in constructing and having the cargo traffic to make the port viable. And I'm happy to tell you that the preferred bidder is one of the top maritime and cargo company in the world. And the name is Bolere and Power China. You can Google it and you see what I'm talking about. As we speak, the full business case in respect of the deep sea port has been approved by ICRC. And it's just waiting the presidential approval. And when that is done, the port will be commence construction. So I want to say that Governor Emmanuel means well for the state. He has put enormous resources in ensuring that this port comes alive. And I want to say clearly, because our people are always writing. If it was in the list for state government to on their own establish a deep sea port, I'm quite sure by now we would have gone far. But we know the way Nigeria is structured, that port development and management is in the exclusive list, as it is only NPA and the federal government that can give approval for that. But I'm happy that so far we have received enormous cooperation from them, and that's why we are at this final stage. So I have no doubt that in a very short while, that everything that is required to ensure that the port comes alive is done. But Governor Emmanuel has done well in terms of his support and putting in place the right team that can ensure the realization of the project. I like to say that we have over-levered ourselves on this Lagos law issue. At several fora, I have explained the advantages and why we needed it. And a lot of people appreciate it. So I don't know why every time you keep on asking issues on something that, is an investment. The property market in Lagos is very, very profitable. And we've explained the advantages. And I know if I say that if investors come in and you can receive them in their lunch, you will ask, what about coming to you? What I want to tell you is that certainly in the world today, because of the way the country is structured, what is happening in Nigeria, there have been instances that investors come into the country but once they just hear Niger Delta, they don't have any different whether it is in rivers or anywhere. They believe Niger Delta. So it's important to have a place that you handle all these issues before finally giving them the assurances before they move to a state that is very, very safe. But if you leave them to what they hear, when once they hear Niger Delta, they believe everywhere is the same. I believe that the issue of Lagos Lodge, I think is an issue that we will label ourselves. It is every other state, they have a lodge in Lagos. There's no state in this country, even Kano, they have a lodge in Lagos. So why is our own a problem? So I think we should look at other issues, see how you can bring investors from America or Europe to come and have their preliminary meeting in that place before coming here to establish. Thank you very much for the opportunity. You know, at every opportunity that I had to speak to our people, I've always said that we do not have any other state other than our private state. And that no one from any other state will come and develop this state for us. You have to take the collective responsibility of each and every one of us to develop our state. And I want to say here that the elections have been won and lost. It is now time for governance. By the grace of God, Governor Emmanuel is the governor of our Akan state, and he will be here till the year 2023. And the Bible says that people should pray for their leaders. That His Excellency should be prayed for by every peace-loving Akwa person. He needs our prayers and our support. So that at the end of the day, with our support, we would have had a state that all of us would be proud of. So I believe that as an Akwa mind, which I'm very proud of, and which I believe all of you are proud of coming from this state, that we will all join hands in His Excellency to develop this state. The governor is a very listening governor. He listens to advice. I believe that each and every one of us, we know what is good for our state. And when we are advising, it should be constructive. And you have a governor who is willing and prepared to take contribution from people with a view to helping in the development of our state. And now we should take this opportunity by ensuring that whatever ideas that we have a very civilized way of putting it across, rather than doing it the usual way that the people, a very minute percentage, choose to do. So that's my word for our private people. Love yourself. The drawdown syndrome, pull me down syndrome should be reduced to the barest minimum. That our governor needs support from all of us, and that we should support him, so that by the end of his tenure, we should have been surprised. We should have been very happy with what he has done, and we'll say that indeed we had a governor that came to save the people well. We're supposed to have an APC, that is Armored Personnel Carrier Plan. And you know there are a lot of approvals involving the Ministry of Defense. But at the end of the day, they did not give it to us. But what is going to happen is that instead of treated vehicle plan, it's going to be an assembly plan for normal vehicles. The project has not gone with the wind, and I'm sure if we take a look at the place, if we drive down there tomorrow, you would have seen that there are some work that is going on there because they need to prepare the ground to receive the equipment when it's finally shipped to Nigeria. And I'd like to state here clearly, government's business in this case is to provide the enabling environment and infrastructure. It's a purely private sector initiative.